not even my intro. God. Ugh. Stories Over Tea. I'm Sarah, and today we are going to be talking about my current favorites. So it's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been a hot second since I have sat down in this chair in front of my bookshelf and talked with you guys. So here's what happened. I actually have a lot of videos that I have filmed over the recent time, but my computer ran out of storage, so I couldn't edit any of them, and I had to buy a hard drive storage thing. But because of what's going on right now, it took a really long time to get here, so all those videos are being edited and all these new ones are being filmed, and they should go up very, very soon. I thought today I would just sit down and show you, like, since we are all new to this community, share a little bit more about, like, what's going on with my life right now. So, all my current favorites, stay tuned and let's get into them. So, let's start off with my recent reads. Recently, I've read 3 books in March so far, and I think both of them were just so good that I tried reading other books and I just haven't been able to get through them. So it's been a while since I've actually read, because technically I'm currently reading The Maze Runner, but I'm not liking it that much. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm just not being hooked. Every time I sit down to read, it's so hard for me to focus. And I don't know whether that's the book's fault or is it my fault. So I'm thinking of trying to pick up a new book and see where we are going with that situation. So the first book I read in March is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Judy Meadows. This book is perfection. 5 out of 5 stars. Everything was done so perfectly well. I am in love. I loved it so much. And usually I don't like reading historical fiction, but this was like a historical fiction fantasy, so I guess it kind of worked, and I loved their spin on history, and this book is actually part of a time in history that I know a lot about, so it was really easy to read because I already knew a lot that was going on with the history and stuff. And since it's about, like, the descendants of King Henry VIII, I had to listen to Six the musical while reading it. If you don't know, I listen to music while reading books. I am a huge musical lover. I love Six. Go listen to it. It is so good. It's basically about all the wives of King Henry VIII, and I love it. It is so, the musical is amazing. Just listen to it. And if you haven't read Lady Jane, My Lady Jane, you can listen to it while reading it. 2 parts of history at the same time. You know what I mean? The writing in this was really what set it, like, above a lot of other books. It was so funny. I just had the best time reading it. At parts my heart was pounding. I was laughing out loud. I was giggling. It was just so much fun that, like, I couldn't put it down. I was just having so much fun reading it, and it was just a wonderful time. The next book I read was Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This book literally tore me to pieces so very slowly. It was amazing. I loved our characters. I loved Baz and Simon. I loved them so much. The only problem I would have with this book is that I feel like it's way too similar to Harry Potter. If you watched my fangirl book talk, then you will see that I had a lot of problems with how similar the Simon Snow world was to the Harry Potter world, which actually was really, really upsetting for me because I loved this book so much. There were just too many similarities. So this gets a 5, this gets This gets a 4.5 stars, I think. It's what I get. And halfway through the book, I realized that not a lot happens. She has a lot of developing that she has to do because this is technically supposed to be like book 8. Like, there was 8 years. She didn't start with book 1, year 1. She started with year 8, book 8. And, which I actually enjoyed. I really liked her perspective on it. And I think it was just... And halfway through the book, I realized that not a lot happens. There's just a lot of developing, and it's very character-driven. So if you don't like character-driven books, then you probably won't like this. But I love character-driven books, so I loved this book. Yeah, solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is actually a graphic novel, and that is Heartstopper Volume 3. I loved it so much. It was so good, just as good as the first two. So cute. It was just so much fun. I love how far Charlie and Nick have gotten into their relationship, and I also love that it was set in Paris, and then they go on this trip, and it just adds a whole new dynamic because now we're seeing more of Charlie's friends come in, and everything kind of tied together, and it was so good. I don't know whether there's going to be a next one. I hope there is because I'm just not ready to let them go. I just love both of these characters so much. It was such a fun ride. This 1 hour that I spent, I just couldn't stop reading it. I loved it so much. I also love the art style, and I love how natural it is. Something that was in this book that wasn't in the other books is that we get to see more of the relationships developing with Charlie's friends, and now it's more about them, community as a whole. I mean, it's still about Nick and Charlie, but we see more of their actual lives, and we meet Nick's brother, and we meet Charlie's dad, I think. Like, we meet so many new people, and it's just the whole story is tying together now, and I am so happy, so excited. Hopefully there's a next one because I need more. So that's all the books I've read. If we're going to talk about movies I've seen, I watched Onward with Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. And Tom Holland, I love his work. I love his films. I just love everything about him because we know he's just like a solid dude. Okay? He's just I watch Tom Holland videos when I'm sad. And they make me happy. It just makes me happy. So, I feel like I'm like every single classic teenager out there, but I probably am. Anyway, story made me cry, and I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking, but I loved the fantasy world that they developed, and I love the representation between the brotherhood, like the sibling bond that they had with each other. I thought that was beautiful. The ending was really, really bold. Like, it wasn't what we were expecting, because in the end, we like, it's one of those movies like you know what's going to happen, you just don't know how it's going to get there, but what you thought would happen didn't happen. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. It was a solid movie. I give it a 3.5 out of 4 stars because it wasn't anything groundbreaking. It wasn't anything like, whoa, such a great movie. Like, it was good. It was good. Shows I've been binging 2 shows. I've been watching a New Girl, which is so funny, by the way. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. And it's funny in the most natural way, like you don't even know you're laughing until you're laughing, because it's not like Friends or anything where it's just like, bada boom boom ching, comedy. This comedy is like, it's really dry, kind of like The Office, but not like The Office. Ugh. It's like if The Office and Friends mashed together. That's the comedy range, if that makes sense. I haven't watched many episodes yet. I think I'm halfway through the first season. I need to keep watching. I haven't been watching a lot of films and TV lately, which is really, really, really sad. The next show I've been watching is not a comedy. I feel like I am balancing it out with a more drama, epic, dystopian film series, and that is The 100. I watched the pilot. It was really, really good. Way better than I expected. My acting coach recommended it to me, so it and it is good. It's nice to see how all 100 of them interact with each other. I've only watched the pilot, but I'm going to continue watching because I really want to see where the story goes. I'm pretty sure it's a book, too. It's probably a book, and I should probably read the book, but yeah, it's really good. The pilot was really good. I'm waiting to see what the rest of the series is going to be. So let's talk a little bit about music. I don't talk much about music on this channel, but I thought I would just share with you some of the things I've been listening to. I'm that kind of person who will find a song she really likes and then will play it on repeat forever until she gets bored, and then I move on. So I also listen to artists. Like if I like one of their songs, I go listen to all their other songs. And some of the artists that I've been loving, one of them is Alec Benjamin. I have listened to his whole first album. I think it's called Narrated by You. That album is really, really good. It's a classic Alec Benjamin. I love that album so much. I listened to it so much when it came out, like on repeat, the whole album, just going and going and going. And then some of his new songs have been coming out. Must Have Been the Wind is his single, and I am in love. I listen to that one on repeat all the time. And then his new album, I think it's called, his new album called These Two Windows. Only 4 songs have been released where I live, and all 4 of their songs are perfection. My favorite out of the 4 is Jesus in LA or Demons, I don't know. Both of them are really, really good, and I listen to all 4 of those songs on repeat all the time as well. He's like an indie pop artist, I think. His style is so much different than other pop artists that I sometimes listen to, and I just like his style so much better. It's like, it's mellow and calm and chill, but also like great because in all the songs he tells a story, and I love stories. I love songs that tell stories, like Taylor Swift. I feel like every classic booktuber out there, but Taylor Swift I am in love with. I love Taylor Swift so much. Anyway, I love songs that tell stories, and his songs always tell the best stories. So let's quickly talk about what else has been taking over my life. If you haven't noticed, everybody has been obsessed with Animal Crossing, and I am no exception. I have played Animal Crossing every single day. It has taken over my life. I play it all the time. I am no gamer. I just play these 2 games on repeat all the time. But I mean, I guess I could be a hardcore gamer if I wanted to. So that's all my favorites that have been going on. I have been working on a lot of projects lately that I would like to share with you. So I am a writer. I am not a novel writer. I write screenplays and stuff because that's where my expertise lie. That's what I go to school for. Well, I'm in high school, but that's what I take additional classes for, is film and TV, and that's the major I want to go into. Even though I love books so much, I tried novel writing, it just didn't work out for me, and then I took the screenplay writing course and I fell in love with it. I just liked the way it flowed much better, and I just like it. I don't know, it was just like I had this connection to it that I never had with actual novel writing. So yeah, I am working on my screenplay. I am thinking about doing writing vlogs. I mean, I don't know, because this is I don't know. I'm planning on talking about a lot of film here too, because I made sure in my name that it wasn't specifically for books, that this channel wasn't specifically for books, that I could basically talk about anything I wanted, even though it is severely book-based. But I also love to talk about movies and stuff, because I love those too. So yeah, I mean, if there's anything you would like to see me do, I'm all ears. I'm just here to connect with people and have a great time together. So if there's anything you'd like to see me do, then comment down below. I also journal a lot. I feel like I do so many things, but I love journaling, and I was going to do some journaling videos, but I haven't gotten a tripod that can do like bird's eye view, and it is really, really hard for me to do bird's eye view. So if you have any like tripod recommendations, or if you do like bird's eye view for anything like camera wise, let me know, because I have a spot where I can do it. I just don't have a way for me to film it, and it drives me crazy because I really want to do some videos about it, and I thought it'd be really, really fun. But yeah, and I don't know whether I want to buy one yet, so we'll see. We shall see. So thank you so much for watching. You are watching Stories Over Tea. Subscribe. It is free. Join my little corner of the community. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!